Hello guys, this is Amol Khedkar. I welcome you to this video. Today I'm going to talk about the article that you see on your screen, which says Carlos Ghosn, two men accused of helping ex-Nissan boss flee Japan arrested in US. This is from The Guardian. Okay. Before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel as I upload these kind of fast changing and really the news that you will not find anywhere else. Okay, I really make effort to condense the news articles that I find are really important for you to know about, and then I bring these videos up to you. And I'm making significant effort in making these videos and bringing it to you guys. So please don't forget to subscribe. Okay, let's get started. So you might have heard about Carlos Ghosn before, or you might have not, but I'll give you an idea about who exactly this person is. So he was the CEO of Nissan, which is a very big company. Okay, and so this is a Brazilian guy who was also residing in France, and he was the chief of Nissan, which is a Japanese company. Okay, and then he was ousted just around 2 months back. Okay, and then he flew from Japan, and I mean he literally escaped from Japan and went to his home country. Okay, in Lebanon, right? And yeah, this guy has a very interesting story that can literally rival a sort of film, to be honest. Okay, because he has managed to escape from Japan, and he's hiding in Lebanon right now for a long time. Okay, so I'll just read a few things from this article. Former special forces soldier Michael Taylor and son held. Okay, this is a green beret soldier of the US Army. If you don't know what green beret means, green beret is literally like the highest honor of the US Army. So special forces soldier, okay, former special forces soldier Michael Taylor, who is a US citizen, and his son are held by the US security forces for what? To help ex Nissan boss flee Japan. Okay, these two people helped Carlos Ghosn to flee Japan and escape to Lebanon. That's why they were arrested in the US. Ghosn escaped to Lebanon to avoid financial misconduct trial. Okay, as you can see here, he escaped to Japan to avoid financial misconduct trial. Okay, so US authorities have arrested a former special forces soldier and his son wanted by Japan on charges that they enabled the escape of former Nissan boss Carlos Ghosn out of the country. Okay, federal prosecutors in Massachusetts said that former US Green Beret Michael Taylor and his son Peter Taylor helped Ghosn flee last year to Lebanon to avoid trial in Japan over alleged financial wrongdoing. Okay, so look at this. He is a Green Beret soldier, which is the highest honor in the US Army. Okay, so both these people, Michael Taylor and Peter Taylor, helped Ghosn escape from Japan and flee to Lebanon. And what was this guy accused of? Financial wrongdoing of Nissan. Okay, so he was ousted as the Nissan boss. Okay, Japan had in January issued arrest warrants for both men along with a third, George Antoine Zayek, in connection with facilitating the escape on 29th December. Okay, so this happened around at the start of this year. Okay, as you can see here, Japan had issued arrest warrants for both these men, Michael Taylor and Peter Taylor, and also another person, George Antoine Zayek, in connection with facilitating the escape on 29 December of Carlos Ghosn. Okay, the Taylors are scheduled to appear by video conference before a federal judge later on Wednesday. Look at this, right? So why by video conference? Because everybody's in lockdown right now. Okay, lawyers for the men could not be immediately identified. Prosecutors have reportedly asked the men be denied bail because of their involvement in previous escapes. Okay, so prosecutors are saying that both these men should be denied bail. So the judge will decide now. The arrests were only the latest twist in the saga of Ghosn's detention in November 2018, followed by his dramatic flight from constant monitoring in Tokyo over a year later. This is really very interesting, and this is worthy of a Hollywood movie, to be very honest with you, because because I mean this guy was accused of financial wrongdoing in Japan. After that, he had a dramatic flight from constant monitoring in Tokyo, and he escaped from Tokyo and flew to Lebanon. Okay, which is really very interesting. And now because most of these countries don't have extradition treaties with Lebanon, so they cannot pull out this guy from Lebanon and make him come to Japan or to US. Okay, that's where things are right now. His arrest shocked the automotive industry after almost 2 decades in charge of Nissan, that had also seen him mastermind the alliance with France's Renault and Japan's Mitsubishi, that produced one of the world's largest car makers. Look at this, okay? This guy was a CEO of Nissan for 2 decades. Okay, imagine this. And his arrest shocked the automotive industry. Okay, um, he was also the mastermind for the alliance between France's Renault. Renault is a very big brand in France, okay, and Japan's Mitsubishi. Look at this, and that produced one of the world's largest car makers, which is Nissan. Okay, I'm sure most of you might have heard about Nissan because Nissan cars are almost all over the world. Ghosn fled to Lebanon, his childhood home, while he was awaiting trial on charges of underreporting earnings, breach of trust, and misappropriation of Nissan funds. Okay, look at this. The Ghosn fled to Lebanon, his childhood home, because this guy was living in Lebanon in the childhood. Okay, while he was awaiting trial on charges of underreporting earnings, so like financial fraud, and breach of trust, and misappropriation of Nissan funds. Okay, he had used the Nissan funds for his own private benefit. That's what he was accused of. Ghosn had consistently denied all the allegations, claiming he had fled Japan to avoid a rigged Japanese justice system. So, nobody knows what the truth is, but this guy has accused Japan of, being racist towards him, and he has been saying that Japan has a rigged justice system. Okay, so that's why he fled Japan. That's his side of the story. Okay, prosecutors documents allege that Peter Taylor met Ghosn 7 times from July 2019 until his escape on 29 December. Okay, so Peter Taylor met Ghosn 7 times from July 2019 until his escape on 29 December. Okay, the meetings were recorded as part of Ghosn's bail conditions, according to the documents which were published by Seamus Hughes, a George Washington University professor. Peter Taylor allegedly met Ghosn the day before the escape. Michael Taylor and Zayek allegedly then flew a private jet from Dubai to Japan with empty boxes made for audio equipment. Look at this. This is just a dramatic thing that is really worthy of a Hollywood movie, to be honest with you. Look at this, okay? So, this is very interesting. Michael Taylor and Zayek allegedly then flew a private jet from Dubai to Japan. They flew a private jet from Dubai to Japan with empty boxes made for audio equipment. Okay, but they had empty boxes made for audio equipment, telling immigration officials they were musicians. Okay, this is so interesting. This is real life. Okay, Ghosn met the pair and traveled to a hotel room in Osaka, which is in Japan, where he allegedly hid in one of the boxes, which was not checked at airport security. So, so airport security did not check the boxes, and this guy hid in one of the empty boxes made for audio equipment. Okay, Lebanon does not have an extradition treaty with Japan, as I told you just now, right? Lebanon does not have an extradition treaty with Japan, although the latter's justice minister visited his Lebanese counterparts in February to push for Ghosn's arrest to face charges. Okay, so that's why this guy is hiding in Lebanon, but neither US nor Japan, neither France nor Brazil can, extradite him from Lebanon. Okay, so this is really interesting. US legal papers recount the details of Ghosn's escape, including his use of Japan's bullet train system, a hotel rendezvous, and a departure from Japan hidden in a large black box on board a private jet. Look at this, US legal papers recounted the details of Ghosn's escape, including his use of Japan's bullet train system. He used Japan's bullet train system, okay? A hotel rendezvous in the sense like a rendezvous, a hotel rendezvous, sorry. Hotel rendezvous in the sense like, he hid in the hotel, okay? And a departure from Japan hidden in a large black box aboard a private jet. Look at this, okay? The Japanese embassy in Washington and Nissan did not immediately comment on the arrests, okay? Earlier this month, a lawyer said Turkish prosecutors have prepared an indictment charging 7 people, including 4 pilots and 2 flight attendants, over Ghosn's escape via Istanbul to Lebanon after fleeing Japan. This is almost like a James Bond type of escape. Okay, look at this. I mean, he is traveling different countries in a private jet while invading all the authorities. Okay, earlier this month, a lawyer said Turkish prosecutors, okay, have prepared an indictment charging 7 people, including 4 pilots and 2 flight attendants, okay, in a private jet over Ghosn's escape via Istanbul to Lebanon after fleeing Japan. So the private jet went from Dubai to Japan, then it came from Japan to Istanbul in Turkey, and from Turkey it went to Lebanon. Okay, so this is like a multi-country escape, which is truly worthy of a James Bond movie, to be very honest with you. Okay, after Japan submitted requests for the pair's provisional arrest, the Justice Department obtained arrest warrants on 6 May. Okay, Justice Department obtained arrest warrants on 6 May. US law enforcement officials learned Peter Taylor had booked a flight from Boston to Beirut. Okay, departing Wednesday with a layover in London, and he was arrested by US Marshals as was Michael Taylor. Okay, look at this. US law enforcement officials learned Peter Taylor had booked a flight from Boston to Beirut in Lebanon. Okay, departing Wednesday of like today as such. Okay, with a layover in London, and he was arrested by US Marshals as was Michael Taylor. This is so interesting, that's why I really wanted to bring this article to you guys. Ghosn's former colleague at Nissan, Greg Kelly, also faces trial in Japan over charges he was involved in a conspiracy with Ghosn to underreport earnings. Okay, Ghosn's former colleague at Nissan, Greg Kelly. Okay, so again, even this guy was, ousted by Nissan. Also faces trial in Japan over charges he was involved in a conspiracy with Ghosn to underreport earnings. So what he did is that, along with Greg Kelly, Ghosn did is that he underreported the earnings, so that he said that Nissan is not making this much amount of profit, and then he used those earnings for his own private benefit. That is what Nissan is accusing him of. Okay, his side of the story is that Japan's justice system is rigged against him, and that's why he fled Japan. Okay, so I'm just here to give you both sides of the story. Okay, and then you can decide what is right and what is wrong. The trial was initially scheduled to take place in April, but has been delayed with no new date set, Kelly's lawyer said. Kelly denies the charges. As you can see, Kelly just denies the charges. So this was an article which was really interesting, and I have been following this Carlos Ghosn story for a long time now. So this is that guy, Carlos Ghosn. You can see here in the middle, and he has had a very dramatic escape from Japan, and even now no country has been able to extradite him from Lebanon. Okay, so right now these two people who are arrested were accomplices of this person, and they helped him flee Japan and come to Lebanon. Okay, I will repeat this one more time. Okay, they hired a private jet from Dubai to go to Japan, and then from Japan they came to Turkey, Istanbul in Turkey, and then from Turkey they went to Lebanon. Okay, and all of this happened for a guy who literally was the head of a company which was the parent company of Mitsubishi, then Renault in France. Then he also has connections with Brazil because he is of Brazilian descent. That's why his name is Carlos Ghosn, and he was having multiple entanglements with US companies. So this is literally worthy of a James Bond movie, to be very honest with you. Okay, so I hope you learned something good from this article. Okay, if you did, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I'm the only person who is bringing to you news like these. Okay, no other YouTube channel is really bringing to you news which are really so important and so fascinating, and at the same time very interesting. Okay, so please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.